in there. So strategic partnership is literally fundamentally finding a gap within a product or within a vertical that you think you can support them with. Within that kind of thesis is stuff around competitors as well. So you would already seen from the deck that we've shared with you. We've taken a look at just one of your competitors and looked at it from an SEO perspective in terms of what they're doing, how they're doing it, and how we potentially use some of those tactics to help. And that's the lovely Mantis team there. So.
Well, we were talking about keywords, so I was just going to quickly add on to that, saying obviously the keywords, we're kind of aware of the keywords that we aspire to be found by, probably not the ones that are currently being found by.
Yeah, that's the thing with a lot of people as well, because we ask them, what sort of keywords do you want to be found for, and you over anyone know the exact products and services that you're offering, but sometimes people are so sort of romantic about how they name their products, they don't actually look into what the audience are calling it. So there's a slight difference between what you call your products and services and what the rest of the world are searching for. And if we can sort of meet in the middle in terms of getting more volume, then that's where the analysis helps quite a lot.
So like I said, we just took a real brief look at the site. We've done some real light touch analysis. We've looked at competitors. We've got some quick win points that we think would help elevate you to the next stage. Obviously, the bit we're missing is you guys telling us what you want to do and where you want to get to over the next sort of 12 months. So without sort of further ado, it'd be good to hear about what ideas you guys have got and where you want it to go to. And we can sort of have a discussion about that, if that's okay.
I think the important thing for us is our website doesn't really tell anyone what we actually do.
Yeah.
It's all previously it's all been very vague. So we really want to build a website that really demonstrates solutions that we offer, services that we offer, the things that we've done with existing customers, implementation services that we've got partnerships with software and all this kind of stuff. So that we really kind of set ourselves apart from people like Boston's and in the services that we're offering, not just the hardware.
Yeah, that's cool.
Quick question, sorry, just before we go. The support section that you have on your website, how is that currently operated and how do you anticipate that to be used within the new website?
Good question. So that is provided by another vendor. So we've got a platform that's hosted in the US.
Okay.
It's supposed to get logos on it. It's basically a ticket management system.
We're going to focus today on business development, strategic partnership and sales. And so I'm going to welcome firstly, well, all three of you at once. Go on then. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Clapping, some clapping.
So I'm co-founder of HdE, a performance growth agency for digital and tech companies here in Bristol. We operate with clients strangely across the globe, which sounds really wanky, but effectively we got a French client and we got an Australian client and we've got a few clients now dotting around. So we've been going for like a year in April, going quite well. My background kind of flirted between sales and marketing all my life. Worked in a bank for a weird strange time, then I went and worked for the BBC, knocking on doors, selling to big publishers and advertising agencies in London. So I spent a lot of time in London, living the London life, etc., etc. One of my weirdest jobs in terms of flogging stuff or selling stuff was before the iPad revolution. I used to import e-Bibles and sell them to churches.
No.
Yeah, so...
Yeah!
So,
I did not know this about you.
Yeah, no. And the point is, it's about processes. It's about processes. It's about optimizing all your channels and how they relate to each other. And that kind of intelligence on behavioral stuff as well relates to all that. So that's sticking into a kind of sales funnel and a process and a cycle.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that when we go into organizations, we try to embed an actual, like an infrastructure that's going to work, that you can't deviate off. It works. Everything affects everything, and if they fall out the funnel, then there's a way to get them back in and they start again. So processes is
massive.
Yeah, because you can do lots of things in silos. Like you can have a great idea, I'm going to go build a new website, cool. What does it mean? I'm going to go and print 20,000 brochures, this thing off. Right, what's the follow? What happens next? That's marketing, but also that relates to sales. How that's being read, how that's being engaged, who's seeing it, what they do after they've read it, do they come on the site, are they going elsewhere, are you tracking it, are you following with social, using pixels, or what are you doing? That is sales. So processes
So you want an actual flow chart of your sales strategy.
Workflows, yeah.
Well, because it's a bit of both, isn't it? Like sales is about getting business in, obviously, and that's the bit that we're experts in, supposedly. But actually, the bit that I'm not involved in, but I know is really critical, is what happens after that. Because a boss of mine used to turn there's no point pouring water into a leaky bucket. Yeah. So if your business is a leaky bucket, if your delivery team, as Gabby said, but whoever that is in the business is not good at their job, you're going to be, but the sales are excellent, you just keep churning, right? Just keep churning and churning and churning, and that is a thankless task.
And you're just constantly building a more pipeline.
Yeah. So some businesses are built like Axis project-led, so you're always delivering projects, that's fine, because that's the nature of the business, so you're not looking for long-term relationships, and that's, so obviously, but if you are looking for every sale you bring in to still be there in 6, 9, 12 months' time, if not years, but that's not happening, then your sales are just constantly chasing your own tail. So no one is really here to talk about that, but actually one of the biggest problems as you scale is that bit, retention bit.
So businesses considering a strategic partnership, why should they? What's the value? That kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly. So
Don't bother.
No, it's funny. So interestingly, we've got a kind of kick-off, a big kind of internal day. We're a split team. Most of our team is headquartered in Bristol, but we've got an Eastern European office as well in Lithuania. But everybody is together tomorrow, and we're doing this kind of 2020 new decade, what are we going to do kind of day. And part of that, each each kind of team talks about what they are doing, what they're trying to do. So I'm being wheeled out to give the spiel on partners, and in line with what you're saying, don't bother. I read a fantastic blog recently, which was by some kind of West Coast VC successful SaaS person, and it was entitled "The Fallacy of Channel Sales." Channel sales is essentially just the kind of a word for revenue generative strategic partnerships that essentially you're kind of co-selling or selling with somebody. And certainly in SaaS and in technology companies, they're very, very popular to think that, okay, great, well, I'm just going to sign up a ton of partners and they're going to sell for me because my stuff's just going to fly off the shelf. And it is very appealing because you think of the kind of accelerant, instead of selling to 10 customers, I'll send to 10 customers who each have 10 customers, and suddenly that's, maths is failing me, but at least 100, possibly 1,000. 100. It's millions.
But I set up 8 strategic partnerships. 8 partners.
Wow.
within the organisation who are delivery partners, but also where we fill a gap in their product offering. One of the clearest ones that we've identified is comms and PR agencies that deal within technology. That's our bag, that's our clients. Potentially we want to work with them. Their service offering that they're doing is very much traditional outlets, media, national press, cool, but they're selling into marketing people. So they're doing their PR stuff and they're going into these tech companies, these startups, these scale-ups, want you to do awesome things. And they're reporting to a marketing person, and their retention's falling through the floor because the marketing person is talking about ROI and they're talking about timesheets, and you got yeah, great, that's cool. So we've gone in with them and actually started talking their language. We've helped them retain clients. PR is a vital point of what we do in terms of top of the funnel stuff, getting people in, increasing the engagement, your audience, your brand, and converting them into sales. We found a very clear gap in what they are offering that we can help with, and that relationship is why we're doing bits all over the places, because they've gone, right, actually this client is kicking off, get you in there, get HdE in there, and actually we can retain this, and we can also elevate the retainer each month by having us in there. The strategic partnership is literally fundamentally finding a gap within a product or within a vertical that you think you can support them with.